What is going on, everybody? Mootimlo here, bringing you some more Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and this is me playing Mercenary Moshpit on Turbine, and the game mode that we got dealt was Headquarters. So, first off, before I get into talking about the Slayer role, I just want to talk about my favorite game type, which is essentially Mercenary Moshpit. TDM is pretty much dead in this game. You don't get any kill streaks. It's hard to get any of the high kill streaks, and most of the time I'm gonna have to switch up my kill streaks just to play TDM. So the only times that I'll switch out my kill streaks is when TDM comes up on Mercenary Moshpit or Search and Destroy. And Search and Destroy, obviously, it requires a different set of kill streaks. You need the lower kill streaks. For example, when Search and Destroy comes up, I like to switch my kill streaks to UAV, Hunter Killer, and Care Package. The RCXD kind of takes me away from the game too long, and Care Package also takes you away because it kind of messes up your opening routes when you're playing Search. You kind of have to sit back and wait for the Care Package to come in and all that stuff, and by that time you don't get to go where you want to be, and the other team is set up where they want to be, so it makes it harder, and a lot of the times I find myself dying because of calling in my Care Package in Search. But it's kind of the risk reward that you take when you take the Care Package. You have the chance of getting a bunch of the higher kill streaks, and I've been burned playing Search on Mercenary Moshpit and getting killed because the other team got a Care Package and the Care Package had some high kill streak or a VSAT, and yeah, that's just unfortunate. So you had the chance to obviously, if you call in the Care Package, to get those same high kill streaks. So it's kind of the risk and reward that you take when you play. And like I said, with TDM, you just kind of have to switch it up because you only get 100 kills per 100 points per kill, and you don't get that many kills because the limit is only up to 75. So unless you're running around going crazy playing TDM and getting a lot of kills, you're not going to get your kill streaks, the high kill streaks, that easily. So for TDM, when that comes up for Mercenary Moshpit, which is quite a bit because for whatever reason everybody likes playing TDM on COD, I like to use the UAV, Hunter Killer, and Lightning Strike, or Hellstorm. I don't really like using Hellstorm and Lightning Strike anymore, although that's what I used to do. But yeah, I usually run UAV, Hunter Killer, and then Lightning Strike. And when I play all the other game modes, so any of the objective-based game modes, which is really the main draw for me when I play Mercenary Moshpit, is the plethora of objective game modes that I get to play. It's a lot more fun for me to play. Obviously here you see me playing the Slayer role, and pretty much my entire team is not doing anything to capture the objectives. If you guys noticed the gameplay at the beginning, the objective was pretty much empty all the time or being contested by the other teams. So my team right now is not doing too much of the objective stuff, and I'm doing the slaying stuff, so I'm not really on the objective. I'm kind of wiping out the enemy that are on the objective, but I'm not really on top of the objective. I'm not really on top of the objective myself, so I kind of noticed this after that nobody else on my team is going for the objective, so I ended up capturing, I'm not sure if it's this one, I know that I capped one of the objectives on this location, but yeah, I end up capping this or maybe the next location, the next objective, and pretty much my slaying and all that stuff gets me, or gets the team the win, because pretty much for most of the game I have Lightning Strikes being called in on the objective when it's outside. I have VSATs up. I have the Escort drone up, which is Destructo on this wide open map. So most of the time I just have air support up, and the other team is not able to do anything against me. And here I noticed that all of my team is on the other side of the map, so I'm expecting the other team to come and rush me and rush my position. So you see me here, just instead of watching the objective here, I'm just kind of waiting, seeing if people are going to come get me. And I've been sniping with this XPR that I picked up off the ground, so that is unsilenced, so people who I've killed and people who pay attention to the mini-map know exactly where I am. So I'm just kind of playing patient here. As you can see, I'm just kind of checking my corners. I don't remember if I heard that guy or if I was just lucky and turned around, but yeah, you kind of have to be wary of the mini-map and kind of see where your team is and where you are, and more than likely the other team is going to spawn away from where the bulk of your team is. And that's one of the main reasons why I like playing core, is that I get my mini-map, and like I said, I don't really like the mini-map to know where the other team is when they fire without a silenced gun, but I like to know where my team is so I can go where my team isn't. A lot of the times the other team calls in a UAV and then some Dumbo on my team follows me around, and that just gives my position away when I'm running Ghost, so I can do my best to stay away from my team if I have Ghost, go where the other team, where my team is not, and hopefully get kills that way. Yeah, so that's me in Mercenary Moshpit. I like Mercenary Moshpit a lot. I get to play all these objective game modes, get in a bunch of kill streaks, play my slaying role, because I hate dying. I'm sure I could play the objective role, and I've done that quite a bit sometimes when my team is down and I really have to go and cap the objectives. That mainly happens on domination, but I can play the objective role, and most of the time I can pull off, let's say, a 2 kill death ratio, but obviously if the slaying role works just as well in terms of getting the win, why not get a 64 and 5, I think is what I got. So why not go for that? It's a lot more fun playing the slaying role, and I think it helps your team a lot more than the objective players, because the objective players, if both teams are, let's say, average players and you are always rushing the objective, maybe it's a wash. You guys are not necessarily going to dominate the other team all too much, but I think the game changer is whether or not your team has air support up all the time. So like I said before, I had the VSAT up, I had the lightning strikes saved for the objectives, and I had the escort drones saved for the objectives. So a lot of the times it makes capturing the objectives basically, I don't know, just a matter of standing there and not having to worry about the other team at all. And the slaying role offers that. Here, it's a tip. If you go on the sentry gun, I figured this out in Modern Warfare 2. If you lie prone on the sentry gun and you activate it by holding X, you will automatically stand up and be able to shoot at people, and as soon as you let go of it, you will let go prone, so that way you can pop in and pop out in cover very easily when you go on the sentry gun. I figured that out on Modern Warfare 2 when there was those sentry guns. I don't remember the name of the map, but there were sentry guns in Modern Warfare 2 on one of the maps, I think, and I figured that out when I was playing way back when. So there's a tip for you. And yeah, the slaying role, I don't know if I have much else to say about it. This video pretty much speaks for itself. All you have to do is slay, 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 and my slaying doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not worrying about the objective at all. As you can tell from this gameplay, I'm still hovering around the objectives. That's where the other team is going to go. That's where you're going to get the kills. So you do have to be cognizant and wary of where the objectives are when you're playing the slaying rules still. You can't just completely forget about the objective and go running around, because you're probably still going to lose. But here, what I do is I try and knock people off the objectives. Here I don't get there in time, but I knock a bunch of people off the objectives, I think 2 or 3 at least, and am able to get the capture. And another tip for you guys is, here when you see me just standing behind this rock, I'm capturing this on theater mode, so you don't get to see everything live, but here I'm standing behind the rock after I kill this guy, and while I'm reloading, I press the select button. And what the select button allows you to do when you're playing game modes like Headquarters or even Search and Destroy is it shows you a skull beside the name of the people that are dead. So if you are trying to capture an objective and you can see, let's say there's only 1 person alive or 0 people alive, you know you can capture that objective relatively safely. If there's, let's say, only one guy dead on their team, then it's more than likely that they still have people covering that objective, and you need to be a lot more wary when you're trying to capture that objective. So that's another tip for you, that pressing the select button to pull up the scoreboard is not only in search, but it's also in headquarters, where there's no respawns after the headquarters is captured. So there's that for you guys. Like I said, I don't know what else I have to say about slaying. It's a ton of fun. It's how I like to play the objective game modes. It's how I like to win the objective game modes. And the last point I wanted to make with this video is that this exact game is what put me over the edge for my kill-death ratio. So, like I said before in previous videos, I'm getting kind of bored of Call of Duty, blah, blah, blah. I give myself little challenges to do, and one of the challenges that I gave myself was to get a kill-death ratio of 3. So at the time I wanted to do this, I think I was around 2.7, and so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get my kill death ratio up to 3. And when I first thought of that, it was more of a kind of a half-hearted joke, I guess, to myself, just saying, oh, I wonder if I can get myself up to 3. And then I started playing a lot more defensive, playing kind of not necessarily the objective role anymore, but more of the slaying role, like I am right now. And I found my KD climbing, so when I got a lot closer, I was like, okay, getting 3 is very possible, so I'll try and get 3, and this exact game is what put me from 2.99 to 3. So it's probably still 2.95 or something like that, and not exactly 3, but on my combat record it is 3.00 now, so that's pretty cool for me. I have, just to put this disclaimer out there, I have rage quit sometimes, and I have dashboarded sometimes, but I don't do it too often. It's more if I get put into a game and I get put into a game mid-match and there's a lodestar in the air already, or there's a swarm in the air already, or there's dogs and all that stuff. So I don't necessarily, do all that dashboarding and quitting too often, but I do it when I get angry and rage quit. So disclaimer there. Anyways, this video is coming to a close soon. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.
Be advised, hostiles have destroyed the headquarters. Headquarters located.
Reloading.
Hunter-killer drone deployed. Be advised, your equipment has been destroyed. Friendly UAV inbound. HQ online. Headquarters secured. We're winning this fight.
Fantastic!